everyone, this is Dr. Liv with Livwithnewinsight, and thank you so much for joining me in another video. The title of today's video is How to Use Your Wise Mind Every Day. Have you ever made a decision in the heat of the moment and later thought, why did I do that? Or maybe you've ignored your feelings completely, relied only on logic, and still ended up unhappy with the outcome. In Dialectical Behavior Therapy, or DBT, there's a concept called wise mind. Learning to access your wise mind can improve your relationships, decision making, emotional regulation, and overall well-being. DBT teaches us that there are three primary states of mind, and they are reasonable mind, emotional mind, and wise mind. The reasonable mind operates from logic, facts, analysis, and intellect. This is the part of us that focuses on evidence, planning, problem solving, and practicality. The emotional mind, on the other hand, operates primarily from feelings, urges, impulses, and emotions. When we're in emotional mind, our feelings often drive our decision making. For example, when we're angry, we may say things we later regret. When we're lonely, we may reconnect with people who are unhealthy for us. When we're anxious, we may avoid situations that could actually benefit us. Neither of these states is inherently bad. We do need both logic and emotions. However, the wise mind is where logic and emotions come together. Wise mind combines facts with feelings, reason with intuition, and knowledge with wisdom and discernment. It allows us to make more balanced, thoughtful decisions rather than impulsive or overly rigid ones. So how can we operate from wise mind more consistently in our everyday lives? Here are 5 ways. Number 1, consider the consequences of your actions. Wise mind encourages us to pause before making important decisions. Instead of asking, what do I want right now? Wise mind asks, what are the short-term and long-term consequences of this choice? Take time to weigh the pros and cons. Think about how your decisions may affect you physically, mentally, emotionally, relationally, and financially. For example, sending an angry text may provide temporary relief, but what will be the consequences tomorrow? Avoiding an important conversation may reduce anxiety in the moment, but what impact will that have on the relationship over time? Wise mind helps us move beyond immediate gratification and consider the bigger picture. Number 2, respond instead of react. One of the clearest signs that we're not operating from wise mind is when we react impulsively. Wise mind teaches us to be intentional rather than reactive. When emotions are intense, pause. Take a few breaths, step away if necessary. Give yourself permission to slow down before speaking or acting. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What are the facts of this situation? How do I want to handle this in a way that aligns with my values? Remember, you can validate your emotions without allowing them to control your behavior. Even when you're triggered, always strive to respond rather than react. Often the pause between the feeling and action is where wise mind exists. Number 3, adopt a growth mindset. Wise mind recognizes that none of us know everything. Operating from wise mind means being willing to listen, learn, grow, and remain open to new perspectives. Seek wise counsel. Learn from your experiences. Reflect on mistakes without condemning yourself. And be willing to receive feedback and make adjustments when necessary. A growth mindset says, I may not know everything right now, but I can learn. It also recognizes that change is possible. You are not defined by your past mistakes, unhealthy patterns, or previous decisions. Growth requires self-awareness, humility, and a willingness to evolve. Wise mind understands that personal growth is a lifelong journey. Number 4, advocate for yourself and protect your well-being. Wise mind does not mean saying yes to everyone or sacrificing yourself to keep the peace. Instead, wise mind encourages healthy self-protection, being willing to advocate for yourself, carefully evaluate people, relationships, and situations before making significant emotional investments. This may require setting healthy boundaries, saying no, limiting access to certain people, or walking away from environments that are consistently harmful. Protect your mind, body, time, energy, finances, and emotional well-being. Sometimes the wisest decision is not to engage in a particular argument, relationship, or situation at all. So remember, protecting yourself is not selfishness. It is often necessary for maintaining your mental and emotional health. Number 5, align your actions with your values. Finally, wise mind helps us to live intentionally. Take time to identify your values. What truly matters to you? What kind of person do you want to be? And what principles do you want to guide your life? Then ask yourself whether your daily choices align with those values. For example, if health is important to you, are your daily habits supporting that value? If peace is important, are you repeatedly engaging in relationships or situations that disrupt your peace? If honesty and integrity matter to you, are your actions reflecting those principles? Wise mind helps us to move toward a life that is meaningful, purposeful, and consistent with who we want to become. When our actions align with our values, we often experience greater peace, fulfillment, and forward movement. So learning to access your wise mind is not about perfection. It's about becoming more self-aware, intentional, and balanced in the way you think, feel, and behave. And the more you practice using wise mind, the stronger this skill becomes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.